The three pale prongs touch the host's chest and the chest opens without a wound. A large black parasite hangs above the body like a living key, its circular hollow ring, body glows faintly at the top. A narrow curved spine descends from it. At the lower end, three soft pale prongs press against a sealed non-human host, lying inside a pale pressure bay. The prongs do not pierce. They do not cut, they rotate. A clean seam appears across the host's smooth chest. It opens slowly, evenly, with no blood, no torn edge, and no puncture mark. The body does not look injured, it looks unlocked. The hollow, key parasite remains outside. That is the first rule of the incident: nothing enters the host, there is no mouth, no stinger, no burrowing tube, no hidden injector. The parasite only touches the sealed surface, turns its hollow ring, body in a slow pressure rotation, and the host opens from within. The pale observation bay reacts as the seam widens, glowing pressure rings brighten beneath the host cradle, curved glass walls cloud with soft pressure marks, thin white vapor slips from seam, like joints in the bay walls, as if the room itself is built from locks that know when another lock has opened. The host is not humanoid. It has no human ribs, no earth animal limbs, no familiar mammal or reptile outline. Its body is pale, sealed, broad, and smooth, with hidden seam paths buried beneath the surface. Under ordinary light, those seams almost disappear. Under the parasite's prongs, they become architecture. The ring body pulses again, the chest seam opens wider. Inside, a chamber unfolds outward in contained layers, nothing spills, nothing tears. The inner surfaces turn like soft biological plates, still sealed, still ordered, as if the host was built to open only under the correct pressure code. The parasite stays beside the opening. It does not reach into the chamber. It does not feed with a mouth. It does not drink or bite. Its ring, body glows as the host's chamber holds open and the three prongs maintain contact only on the sealed surface beside the seam. The scene can still be misread. The prongs touch the chest, the host opens. The parasite pulses. The mind wants to call it injection, but the image refuses that explanation. The prongs are blunt and soft, the host surface is unbroken around them. The opening comes from a seam that was already inside the body, waiting for the correct rotation. This is not invasion by entry, it is invasion by unlocking. The first chamber remains open for several seconds. The bay floor rings tighten, the curved glass fogs, the hollow ring, body pulses brighter, then begins to dim. The parasite must now close the chamber before it can move to another seam. It can open only one chamber at a time. If a seam fails to close, the host's pressure order breaks, and the parasite cannot feed from another body until its ring stops pulsing. The three prongs lift, the chamber begins to fold back into the host, the seam narrows. Its edges meet. The chest becomes smooth again, leaving only a faint shimmer where the opening had been. The parasite waits, its prongs fold halfway inward, then it drifts along the host's torso toward a second hidden seam. This new area looks completely sealed. There is no visible line, no mark, no scar. But the hollow, key pauses above it as if reading pressure under the surface. The ring body turns a few degrees. The three pale prongs lower again, they touch, they rotate, nothing opens, the second seam resists. The pressure bay brightens before the host changes, floor rings flare under the cradle. Vapor leaks harder from the wall joints, the curved glass clouds into pale arcs, the parasite tilts its large key-shaped body, changing the angle between ring, body, spine, and prongs. One prong presses deeper, without puncturing another loosens. The third draws a small circular motion against the sealed surface, the host surface dimples, then it rises smooth again, still no wound. Still no opening. The ring body pulses harder. The prongs rotate in reverse. The floor rings tighten into a smaller circle under the host, then the second seam appears. It opens at an angle across the host's torso. This seam is darker than the first. The chamber beneath it seems heavier, as though it is held under deeper internal pressure. The parasite holds still beside it, visibly strained by the lock it has found. The chamber unfolds too slowly, then too far. The contained inner surfaces rotate outward, wider than the first chamber had opened. The host body arches under the pressure change, the pale bay tightens around it, wall vapor curls across the curved glass, the parasite's hollow ring body pulses faster, brighter, then unevenly. The prongs begin the closing rotation, one seam edge folds inward, the other edge catches, the parasite turns the ring body back, the prongs soften and lift, the floor rings dim, the chamber should close. The host should become sealed again, but the seam remains open. A clean line stays across the body, no blood appears. No wound forms, no torn tissue shows, only a biological door left ajar, the hollow key stops. For the first time, it looks less like a predator, and more like a creature trapped by its own method. It has opened the host from outside, but it cannot relock what it opened. Other hidden seams flicker faintly beneath the host surface, but the parasite does not touch them. It cannot risk another chamber while this one remains open. The host trembles once, the open seam does not change, the pressure rings fade one by one. The bay wall seams stop leaking vapor. The curved glass clears enough to reflect the parasite's hollow ring above the host. The final image is simple and readable. A large black key-shaped parasite floats in a sealed pale pressure bay. Its circular hollow ring body is dim, its narrow curved spine hangs motionless. Its three pale prongs are folded inward. Below it, the non-human host remains visible. The chest is smooth, the surface is unwounded, but one clean seam is still open. The parasite never entered the body, it unlocked it from outside. And the body stayed open,